Question, how to avoid knee pain as a cyclist. Some tips, I'll write them down below as well. I've had a lot of knee issues. I remember one time in 1998, I was a bike messenger, went to my ITB was just so fucked. I was wearing thongs, flip-flops, those sort of fucked up footwear, hard shoes. And my ITB was just getting cranked. My cleats were slipping around. I just didn't even, just fucking ride, mate, toughen up. And the attitude is good to some extent, but you're not when you get injured. All right, so basically, I had a fucking ITB inflamed as fuck and I could hardly walk. I just didn't stretch, just ignored it, took painkillers, etc. I got really bad. Went to a sports med, arthroscopic surgeon, a surgeon who fucking chops people up. What's they called? I forget, who cares? They just chop people up, and he basically said, we'll book you into an arthroscopy and we'll get you going. And I was like, what's that? And he goes, we're going to cut your knee open. I'm like, dude, I just got a sore knee. I don't get cut open. I said to him, what would you do if you're in my situation? And he goes, I'll probably go and see the physio. Susan Everett, she's a cyclist physio. She's probably pretty good. And I'm like, thanks. And I didn't pay him. I didn't pay that motherfucker. I went to the desk and they're like, $200 please. I'm like, I ain't paying that motherfucker. He was going to chop my fucking leg open. I ain't paying nothing. And reception's like, I said, sorry to be rude, but I'm not paying that scumbag. And then I saw this physio and she said, you don't stretch, do you? She started poking me in the leg. So you got to do more stretching. And then so I looked at bike fit, looked at stretching, got rid of all my shitty footwear eventually. But my tip would be bike is you can't wear flip-flops. You cannot wear flip-flops. You can't wear any fashion shoe. You can't wear narrow shoes that crimp your feet up. Even your cycling shoes, you want to have them wide. These Bonts here are good. Any wide shoe's good. Your foot wants to spread. Doesn't mean you fucking like that a fashion victim. Your foot wants to spread. People say it doesn't look as good. You're not my sort of viewer. You go and watch some other bullshit, Go and believe in fairy tales. This is truth here. So if you've got knee issues, you have to always have good footwear. Militant about that. You always have, because then you're going to be in better shape. You're going to be lean and fit looking. You're going to have better vibration going on. And also, you see, with the footwear, taking care of that, taking care of the cleats, make sure your cleats don't slip, get a bike fit, and then mark all your measurements with a whiteout pen or little scratches, mark your cleat angles, and check it every week. Check it every time you clean your bike, make sure nothing's slipped. Things slip around, it's just how it is. Third one would be avoid increasing your training too much too soon. Even if you've got high cadence, you're spinning, you've got good footwear, you've got good bike fit, avoid, you G'd up, you're carved up, avoid going too crazy too soon. I would say maybe add 10% of volume per week, all right? And you got any pain, just back it off and spin his gears. And that's why I recommend proper gears, climbing gears. Even mountain bike cranks, it's just easy gearing so you can always be spinning on your favourite climbs. If you can't spin on your favourite climbs, you haven't got the right gearing for your bike. They sold you the wrong stuff. And I used to work in the bike industry and I used to tell people, you just got to harden up. But I was wrong, and I was sorry for all those people out there that I sold bikes to in 2003, etc. And so just harden up. Harden up's good, but not at the expense of your fucking knees and cartilage. So I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I would recommend putting proper gears in your bike. I run a 32 cassette and a 34. Some of my road bikes got mountain bike cranks, and some people laugh at that, and I'm like, you come train with me. Come doing everything on the stuff I Everest. Just come out training with me, and it might last one day if you're really, really good. Obviously you will, but eventually you'll be like, oh, this is not as good. You won't climb the bergs that I climb with as much fun if you're grinding all the time. This is not as much fun. It doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter if you're fucking Lance Armstrong or whatever. It's not fun when you have to grind 400 watts at fucking 60 RPM just to get up the fucking berg or 50 RPM or whatever you're doing. So I'll post down below what I recommend. And that's about how to avoid knee pain. If you've got knee pain now, then look at those things I've just covered. Shoes, bike fit, spinning. If you're taking care of that, then it's just you just have to take time off the bike. Just rest it out, stretch it out gently. You don't have to hurt the muscle to help the muscle. And that's about it. That's my tips for knee pain. That's after riding over 350,000 kilometers as a vegan, racing. I've done hundreds of road races, mountain bike races, 24-hour races, Everesting. Done a lot of stuff in the years. Touring across Australia, down the side of the US, Asia, crazy stuff. And I've had the opportunity with some of the best coaches around, just talking to a lot of people. I'm almost 40 and I've racked up over 350,000 kilometers just as a vegan. And I've learned a lot. So learn from my mistakes. Don't get the pain that I had. And if you do have pain, then follow the list down below and you won't have pain for much longer. Always treat the cause, not the symptom. Avoid painkillers at all expense. Unless you're like really fucked up in a car accident or something like that, then take them. But you know what I mean.